Jamie Dimon, U.S. Treasury Secretary. Michael, what do you think about this? I know you love him. Mike Pompeo, one of them also. He was at the RNC.
Yeah, no, I hate it.
Why?
The Treasury Department and the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve already cater to the interests of Wall Street. We don't need them in the federal agencies being captured like all the other ones. That's the long history of the Treasury, where we have former Wall Street execs leading the Treasury and setting fiscal policy to benefit Wall Street and not the common man. So I would hate it if Trump picks Jamie Dimon. Will he? I don't know. I mean, rumors are surrounding that he was going to pick Ben Carson or Doug Burgum as VP. So we take him with a grain of salt. I think what it would tell us if he did pick Jamie Dimon is that Trump still doesn't get it. So I was thinking about this before, like, who would I like to see instead of him? And I couldn't come up with any good names besides like a Ron Paul, but he's 105, so that wouldn't work. But
I saw a video of him. He did a podcast earlier this week, and he is looking ancient.
Ancient. He's getting old. But I mean, there's like the Wink or the Robert Breedlove would make a great Treasury Secretary.
Robert Breedlove?
Yeah, do it.
Who's that?
He's a Bitcoiner.
Oh, wow.
But
I think that might be a non-starter, unfortunately, not for me, but for the administration.
Michael could probably speak to this. Donald Trump seems to be, I don't know, not totally antagonistic to Bitcoin. I don't know if he's, a full to the moon type guy. What do y'all call it? What do y'all say?
Hodler, laser eyes,
hodler, whatever.
Bitcoin maxi.
Yeah, he may not be a Bitcoin maxi, a hodler, or laser eyes, but he seems not antagonistic. Is that right?
No, he's being, in rhetoric, he's been super open about Bitcoin. He's, I think, intuiting and smartly so that there's a loud, energetic, very small group of people who this is their single issue. And he's been catering to them, both in terms of how he talks about the cryptocurrency industry, but also in terms of saying he will pardon Ross Ulbricht, who is very important to the crypto community, having started Silk Road and giving Bitcoin its launching place. So he's courting those voters. Will he do anything? If he appoints Jamie Dimon, that's a negative.
Why is it so important? Why is Silk Road so important to you, Michael? I wonder.
Why is Silk Road so important to me? It's not.
To you personally, I'm just wondering if you have any. I'm not gonna bite on your little.
No,
but we advocated for Ross Ulbricht to be pardoned. I sat in the White House with White House counsel and the DOJ officials, and they were like sneering at me about this case. I was like, he was a 25-year-old kid who built a website. He didn't do anything illegal. People did illegal things on his platform, but how is he responsible for it? And they just shut it down.
Yeah. Why do you think they did that?
Moment. What is it like sitting in the White House? Arguing in favor of not Silk Road, but what does it smell like? Do they give you like coffee and cookies? I mean, how many people are going to have that experience? This is a genuine question.
Yeah. This was my second time in the White House, I think. And
I'm not even allowed near it, so I'd love to know.
So you go in. This was during COVID, and I got to get a COVID test to go in. That was the first thing that I noticed, which wasn't fun, but it was like a rapid test. And then you go through huge Secret Service security to get in. And then
are there any sloped roofs or anything that they stay away from those?
No, very flat ground. And then you go sit in the waiting room. This particular time, Mr. America's Mayor, Rudy Giuliani, was sitting on the couch next to me, or the couch next to me. And you sit there and you just wait and wait and wait. It's like that. Have you seen the movie Don't Look Up, when they just like are sitting and waiting for the president for like 8 hours? That's what it felt like. It was probably not that long, an hour. And then you get carted back to this room, you and a couple people in this instance, and we're advocating for people in federal prison who have long sentences and deserve to be out. And you have like this line of obstructionists who you're trying to get past, and their mind is not open to any of these, because if it's DOJ, they put them in prison. So why would they want to let them out? And very antagonistic was the perception I got.
Did they offer you like anything to eat or drink? Oh, well,
Maybe a
it's
water.
Not hospitable. Okay, well, I was just curious because you mentioned that.
Charles wants to know: did they dress up upon your arrival? I mean, his personal residence, I guess. Like, did he put on a coat or
Who's they?
Anybody? It's Charles. I mean, remember, Charles is telling us that anytime anybody of any stature comes to your house, you have to dress nicely and offer them like a 6-course meal or something.
Sorry, we know hospitality in New Jersey. I mean,
we're way off topic, but yes, they were all dressed nice. I'll send you guys a picture. But yes,
wait, I think I've seen this picture. Is it with
who?
Kim Kardashian? No one can see what you're doing, Charles.
Yeah, no, that's not the picture I was referring to. It's me standing next to Kayleigh McEnany in the Oval Office.
Hell yeah! How'd she smell?
I didn't get close enough. I tried to pull a Biden.
Well, whatever. Let's get back to the topic. So he's thinking about Jamie Dimon for this, and Jamie Dimon is probably, I don't know how interested he is in, changing the system that helped create his massive wealth. I don't know what his wealth number is right now, but I'm sure it's pretty high. It's higher than mine. And that system helped, catapult him to that level. Is he going to be really eager to change that system for himself and his friends? I don't know. I seem to doubt it. But we also had Mike Pompeo, former, what was he?
Secretary of State, I think.
Secretary of State. There we go.
By the way, Jamie Dimon, his net worth is $2.4 billion, which is roughly half of the budget of the city of Houston. So,
well, there you go.
In the world. What if he
and no, he's not going to change anything. This was said at a roundtable with Tim Cook, Jamie Dimon, and a bunch of other CEOs of these big companies. Like, no, this is just placating to this tech bro. I mean, because as we're seeing at this upcoming administration, they're leaning very heavily into the Peter Thiel, Jamie Dimon, JD Vance, Vivek Ramaswamy, kind of that tech world. I mean, I know Jamie Dimon's not tech, but they seem to be leaning very heavily into that.
Well, here's Mike Pompeo
other nations
at RNC.
He's censored free speech here at
Number one, he's looking
skinny,
pretty svelte. Everyone's on that Ozempic.
Yes, he is.
He's on it big time.
Big time.
If you're on Ozempic, make sure you're working out, eating lots of protein. You can't skip that, or you will waste away, as Mike Pompeo is literally doing in front of our eyes. Yeah. But Mike Pompeo also, and this is why Michael loves him so much, in 2017, he allegedly instructed the CIA to make plans to kidnap and murder Julian Assange.
Sure did.
So I don't know, this is the history that we have with Trump picking people, and why people, I think, are a little bit skeptical when he picks someone like JD Vance as his VP. Not that there's anything wrong with JD Vance necessarily. I think there's some good and some bad, as we've discussed, but Trump has an odd history of picking people to surround him.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Oh my God, I would love it. I'm an open book.
Is JD Vance an improvement to Mike Pence?
Yeah, definitely, because he wants to deport all the illegal immigrants.
Okay. So do you think that his other appointments will be similarly improvements?
Not if he's talking to people like Jamie Dimon.
I don't think he's talking about that. I think you heard it and are trying to prove a point from last week. And so we're talking about it. I don't think he's going to pick.
Charles shared this, not me.
Oh, I don't think he's going to.
Jamie Dimon as the potential pick.
Okay. I don't think he's going to pick Jamie Dimon. I don't think he's going to put Mike Pompeo as Secretary of State. I think
he's not going to pick Pompeo for sure.
We're not going to see perfect picks, but I think we're going to see improvements. Yeah. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, Mike Pompeo being at the RNC, I think, is a real shame. Right?
Yeah.
Should he be ostracized from the community? Probably so.
Yeah, but he'll plan to kill you, so it's probably scary to do that.
Yeah. Charles, do you have any final thoughts on this topic?
No.
No? Okay. Well, that's fine.